Hello, dear Beatles friends on the internet. I've followed for many years now our friend, the Canadian Stud Muffin, on the internet, and I promised him to unpack the Beatles' US albums when they arrived because he wouldn't buy them, but I promised him to do it myself. So we can compare with the original European versions. Okay, here we go. I must admit, I just unpacked them, so it's a bit stupid, but I will let's see them anyway. I'm sorry, English isn't my native language. Okay, here we are. And it came in today from Canada. Amazon Canada at a very sharp and good price, but I had to pay 40 euros, that is 60 Canadian dollars extra for custom fees. Now there you have that. I could have bought them in Europe anyway. Anyway, here we are with the Beatles American US albums. Maybe most of them I already had from the European, but there were also a few years ago. Wait a minute, don't go away. We had also these versions here in Europe where there already were 8 of them packed for us, but there were some which were left over. And they are in this package. One big important American album is still missing, and it's the Rarities album. You know, the one with the special versions. Okay, here we are, and I'm going to open it for the first time for you, but not for me. Here we are, and here we have all the albums, and each of them was packed in this cellophane, in this plastic cover. It was even easily opened, but it was well protected, and so there's also some protection in here, as you can see. Okay, let's look first at the booklet. We have a nice booklet, black and white on front, because in that time the Beatles sang in black and white. So, and you see then with this gentleman, which is Ed Sullivan, I presume. And you see some images from inside Washington, I guess. It's I think this photo is taken on my birthday on 11th, on February 11th, the day I was born, when the Beatles played their first concert in Washington. The day before they were with Ed Sullivan. There was no crime in America, I was told that day, because of everyone was looking at the Beatles, even the burglars and the robbers. You know, I am not going to show you everything, but you see, it's quite impressive, it's quite thick. I guess it's 63 pages, 64, so you have a backside also. Yeah, and you have all the nice things inside, like what's on the CDs. And here we have the American Rubber Soul with, I've just seen a face on the front. And here we are, the first album, Meet the Beatles. We've met them before, you know, in Europe. Why took it so long for you Americans? So we have Meet the Beatles, and in the inside there is an inner sleeve, which is new for this one, and in the inner sleeve you can put plastic bags to protect your CDs even better. And most inner sleeves are the same as this one, but I'm going to show you anyway the CD with the Capital logo, and we have the inner sleeve, and we have the original front and back from Meet the Beatles, which is very strange for us in Europe because it's not such a nice cover. It's with a blue print, and with us it was called Meet the Beatles. It was called With the Beatles. Then, and then we have the Beatles' second album with a nice back on it here. Something new, which was also in the release from a few years ago. You can buy them separately. And here's the big news for the big surprise for this box. There is the Beatles story. It's a CD with a documentary about the Beatles. Yeah. Beatles 65. We have the early Beatles with songs that were released 4 years earlier in Europe. We have the Beatles 6. You know, it's always nice if they use the original packing. We have Help, which was also with the last version, and we have a very nice beginning on this one. It's Help, but with the soundtrack a little bit on front. We have Rubber Soul, yeah, and then we have some albums which weren't in the earlier versions, and this is a nice thing. It's the Beatles Yesterday and Today, and if you pull this away, you have the original cover, which was withdrawn by the record company because children slaughtering is forbidden in America. Can't you slaughter kids in America? No, you can just shoot them at schools, I guess. And then there is the Beatles Yesterday and Today backside. And then very strange, it's Revolver as we know it in Europe, with almost the same songs on it, minus some songs who were on Yesterday and Today. And then we have one of the most beautiful covers of a Beatles album, and it's the cover of Hey Jude. Anyway, it was not listed as Hey Jude, but it's the first song. It's one of the maiden songs on the album, so they called it Hey Jude. And it's one of the last photo shoots of the Beatles in the garden of John's house. And there is one included also which wasn't on the first release of the American albums like I showed you before, and that is A Hard Day's Night. And what is special on this one is, just like with Help, there are extra instrumental tracks, I guess by George Martin Orchestra, and they play some songs you can hear in the phone with the Beatles speaking, but here you have them in nice mono and stereo. Almost every album, minus Rubber Soul, minus Hey Jude, I guess, is here in mono and stereo, so you don't have to buy the mono versions again like they did with the European releases. So that was that. And at last you can see the nice Magritte Apple logo on the inner side of the cover, which is nice, and it's a little thing inside for not damaging the records, but it can be done by Amazon for sending, I don't know. So I hope you saw something. Sorry about my bad English, it's my first time on the internet like this. Bye. Let me know if you like it. Bye bye.